What's up, boys, and welcome back to another video. Now, today we're going to be doing a versus battle for Erza Lightning versus Jellal Heaven, or Sema, whatever his upgrade is called. So let's turn on that volume, and we're just going to farm for a bit, and then I'll show y'all who's better, Jellal or Erza. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the showcase. Now, I want to place them both here. So, first, we're going to start off with Jellal. Alright, I already made a showcase on him if you want to see that, but this is him, level 98. So there is a small level difference, but we're going to ignore that. I'll incorporate it later, but let's just get into it. So, 1457, solid. There's a big problem with Jellal, but I'll get into that later. But 5.2 SBA, good off placement. You can see 21 range. Now, Erza, she has crazy range out the like off start. Like, look at that. 26 range. Like, it doesn't seem that much, but it's a big difference. Like, it's a big difference, okay? So she has a ton more range, and you can see that she has the much smaller AoE. Now versus Jellal's AoE, like if you look at Erza versus Jellal, Jellal's this big, Erza's like half. Like, it's very small. So off spawn, she's not good, especially considering the 8.6 SPA. Now I do have Godspeed on Jellal, so you're gonna have to like increase his SPA by a lot. But I also have Superior 2 on Erza, and that's making her damage go up. So anyways, let's go into the upgrade. So first we're going to do Jellal, 1,500, 2,150. Now his SPA went down to 4.9. Now he gets more AoE. So he's already, after costing, what, 6,000? He already has a bigger AoE. For Erza, it takes a lot more money. A lot more money. Like, it's a lot more money. And her AoE is still smaller than Jellal's. They're about the same size now, but Jellal's is still pretty much bigger. And anyway, let's get into it. Her SPA is still 8.1, which is crazy. But anyway, let's continue upgrading Jellal. 4.5k. Just need to make sure we're not dying. Alright. Boom. 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 Okay, now he got Ground Chariot. So now his AoE is much bigger. As you can see, new animation. And Erza is still... Well, yeah, let's upgrade her. Boom. Okay, so she only has 3 attacks. So I am going to turn my attack effects off for a second. Yeah, alright. So, for Erza, she takes a lot to get to her max upgrade. So, as you can see now, she's already costed around 40k, which is a lot. And she's only doing 38k with small AoE, 7.6 seconds. That's not that good, man. That is really not good, okay? Not good at all. But her next upgrade is what makes up for it. So 12,500, and she gets a big, not big AoE, but it's pretty big. She has 43k damage, 7.1 SPA. Now she does have one more upgrade, so that's going to be 15k. If we can just kill one more person. Alright, there we go. So now she has a ton of range, by the way. 41.7 range, amazing. One of the highest ranged units in the game for like circle AoE people. It's crazy. But yeah, so 51k every 6 seconds with 41.7. Now we're gonna wait for Jellal because it's gonna take a while. But anyways, let's just get him to this upgrade, okay? So 8.5k, he's costed around 35k, and she's costed double. So she's costed double what Jelly is right now, and as you can see, even though there's a big damage difference, it's not that big because of the SPA. But I do have Godspeed, so it's around the same. Um, there's a lot more damage on Erza though. Alright, y'all, so um I completely died in that other one because I didn't have any burn units, so this time I brought my Natsu along. Hopefully we won't die this time and I'll be able to actually do the showcase. But you guys saw Erza, so I'm gonna focus on Jellal more this time, and then I'm gonna talk about their pros and cons. Alright, so what's funny is that the Jellal actually got a level from that. But anyways, there's their starting stats if you guys wanted to see that again. But I'm just gonna go ahead and max him out in a second. Alright, so I'm pretty sure this is where we left off with Jellal. This is his upgrade after the ground chariot. So 20k, 4.1 seconds, and yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and upgrade Jellal. So boom, 11k, 15k. Now he costs 15k in total. So Erza costs 18.5k to sell at least. So he costs what, 45k, somewhere around that. But anyways, look at his stats real quick. So 58k. Let's say 58k every 6.8 seconds with 29 range. Solid, but I do have Godspeed. Keep in mind I have Godspeed. His SPA without Godspeed is around 8.3 to 8.7, depends on if you get buffers nerf. So those are his stats. There's one really bad thing about him though. So if I turn my attack effects on, you can see that like whenever he attacks, so 6.8 seconds, right? He attacks, he attacked. But watch how long that meteor takes to fall down. So let's say he attacks him. Look, he attacks that guy. While they're running, like if there was someone fast, like for example, the fire mage. Watch, he's gonna attack the fire mage. Watch how far the fire mage runs. He barely got hit by that. If it was a straight line, he wouldn't even have gotten hit. He literally would not even have gotten hit. So that's something really bad about Jellal. So watch, if he attacks this, yeah, it's just like, look, those fire mages, whenever it started, were in the AoE, but they're not anymore. That's how slow his delay is, and that's something that really makes him bad. But other than that, he's really good. Very solid unit. He's completely free, to be honest. You don't have to get any gems or anything, so very solid unit because, I mean, you just have to do dungeons. There's nothing really hard about it. So, yeah, I mean, that's Jellal. I do have Godspeed, so you have to keep in mind that that's making him a lot better. But let's go ahead and compare him to Lightning Erza. Alright, so I went ahead and maxed out Erza. So, if you look at Erza, her attack, it doesn't really have the delay like Jellal's does. As you can see, she has so much range. I don't even know she was going to attack here. But she does have a delay, but it's not as bad as Jellal. But anyway, let's go ahead and compare. So, Erza costs around 4k more. Not a big difference, actually. I thought it was more. But if you look at their damages, 58k every 6.8 versus 51k every 6.7. Now, with the levels, once they're both level 100, they'll be around the same damage. I think Jellal will have around 3,000 more damage. But the thing that you really need to keep in mind here is that I have Godspeed on Jellal. So, without Godspeed, he's going to be doing 8.5, which would make Erza way better. But another thing you need to keep in mind is their AoE. So AoE versus AoE, not that big of a difference actually. I thought it would be more, but it's not. Jellal definitely has a bigger AoE, but it's not too bad. So yeah, it's not really that big of a difference. Now, I think y'all can tell that Erza is better. Lightning Erza is better, but Jellal is better for story. Okay, I can confidently say Jellal is better for story. Because whenever you place Erza Lightning, she has such a long SPA. It's really bad. So, let's compare the two, okay? How many can you place of each? You can place 4 of each. Boom, 4 of each, alright? Now, the thing about Jellal is he's hybrid. So I can place him on the floor and I can place him in the air. So I can place him on the floor. Erza is not like that, which is why her having so much range is a good thing, because you're not always going to get the best placements. Like, for example, in this map, I can only place her here and here, but for Jellal, I can place him here, where he'll hit everything. So, placement-wise, Jellal is better. Damage-wise, Erza is better. Story-wise, Jellal is better. And another thing that's really just annoying about Jellal is his delay. Now, that's probably the main thing that's making him worse than Erza. I mean, the DPS plays a factor too, but yeah. So, in general, Erza is better than Jellal. Does that mean I'm going to use Erza? No way, bro. I have Godspeed on Jellal. Why would I ever use Erza? But still, even for me, man, like, I'd say Erza might be better. Because for me, they're about the same, to be honest. But Erza has more range, and Jellal has a little bit more AoE. But other than that, they're practically the same for me, man. There's not a big difference. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and throw Maruum in here. So we're gonna see out of the 3 who's better. I'm just gonna back him out. Y'all already know his stuff. 21k every 4.4 seconds. Let's make sure we don't die here. All right, we should be good. All right, so Maruum. 22k every 4.4 seconds. Big AoE. They all have practically the same AoE. So there's not a big difference there. The thing about Maroon is he's a lot cheaper. He's a lot cheaper. So he costs around like 9k less. Um, he's better like starting, I guess, because he has 6.1 SPA starting. Well, these guys have longer SPA and less damage. But yeah, he's a quick hit. Boom, pow. Really good. I do have Nimble 3, so his SPA is more like 5.1, 5.2. But yeah, so clearly you can see Erza and Jellal are way better than Maroon. And out of the two, I'd say, like, if you gotta go for one, I'd say go for Erza. But the thing is with Erza, you have to spend gems to get her. And it's not a guaranteed, because you could get Valkyrie or True Heart. So go ahead and go for Jellal. Just do dungeons, try to get Jellal. If you don't, then go for Erza, because you guys are gonna need the heal unit. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I don't want to make it too long. The conclusion is Erza's better. But Jallal's cooler. Look at his animation, man. Like, look at that. He summons like a vortex in the ceiling. Big meteor. It's cool. Let's look at Erza's boring animation. Yeah, just a few lightning things. But yeah, in general, Erza's better. So that's all I really gotta say. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.